Hello folks, I'm making this video regarding to the videos that you don't even care about. Look folks, if I'm doing JAFTA videos and the petition is over, I did this petition is because I wanted to see the US doing free trade with Japan. The Japan Free Trade Agreement. The best thing you could do to create more American jobs, because we're losing it. Yes, NAFTA, we have lost jobs. You know what this NAFTA has done is worst. And now with the free trade agreement with Colombia, the last apparel to be made in America of some company, that regardless of that, they're gonna close their factory and send all the manufacturing to Colombia. Even though I was born in the United States, being Colombian American, Levi jeans with NAFTA, Levi jeans before NAFTA that were made in America. Now, all your jeans that you bought are made in Mexico. And then this is what NAFTA has resulted in many problems. Wixom, Michigan. Workers at the Ford Motor Company in Wixom, Michigan has lost their jobs. And regarding to A and B, people at St. Thomas, Ontario, in Canada, at the St. Thomas plant, I'm not going to say it, I think Wixom could make Crown Victorias as good or better than the ones made in St. Thomas, but let me tell you what. Wixom, Michigan has lost their jobs from making Lincoln Town cars. And where did they send them? They were shifted out to Canada. That's what NAFTA has done. But after that, the factory was closed in 2011 and the town car is gone. It was this. This is what NAFTA has done. It has killed jobs for every industry in demand. Even though the greed of corporations looking for where it's cheap or looking where to make more profit. No, this is not just NAFTA, but this is what happened. All these things is happening, what's going on is because you don't even care for watching my JAFTA videos. You have never paid attention of the JAFTA petition or high-speed rail bringing high-speed trains from Japan. All you didn't do is you didn't care. You don't give a crap about this country. My fellow folks from America, what will happen with this? If regardless of what I'm saying, there's things happening. By then, one of the major motorcycle manufacturers in the United States would settle up with battles against another manufacturer from South Korea. Maybe Hyundai and Hyosung might have made TV commercials, and in 5 years the Harley-Davidson Corporation will go to chapter 13, because I think, why the hell you buy pieces of crap that they don't make instead of buying quality motorcycle? Yeah, and let this company that makes quality products go bankrupt in chapter 13. And that's what happens. What else I gotta tell you? By the next year, so, excuse me that, but I'm just regarding it to my expressions for some people. If you ever been insulted saying the Korean products are bad, no. I'm just saying we make good products, and here in the US we want to stand something and we'll make it better and work harder. We cannot stand competition from, we could, handle it. But this JAFTA thing is, then with our NAFTA partners, we haven't seen more problems. And there will be one thing for suddenly. There will be featuring all these things of jobs not returning here. Well, there will be something. Just in case if the CEO of the Ford Motor Company is an Asian person, well, I love these folks, but please, especially Japanese folks, there will be a time that the CEO will have to mention he'll set it up to quality controls and look send them to seeing rigorous quality. And Ford and Mazda had to open up a plant in Flatrock, Michigan. Then this Asian CEO will see Mazda to acquire a new assembly plant. Guess what? Good news for the people of the St. Thomas, Ontario area. Bad news for Flatrock. What was going on? There'll be 99.9% of the people in Flatrock, Michigan being unemployed. There will be a 99.9% chance of every person in Flatrock, Michigan making Ford Mustangs, Fusions, and Lincoln MKZs get 100% cut off their UAW benefits, only to favor to reopen the St. Thomas plant to make Fusions, MKZs, even Mazda 6 and Mustangs to be acceptable to export to Japan. Well, that's just in case if you have an Asian CEO at the Ford Motor Company. Well, and then that means Wixom will be jobless. But if there's an Asian CEO, there's a possibility that the people in St. Thomas, Ontario will have their jobs back. That's just settle things that way. There'll be this. There'll be no hope for Wixom, Michigan to reopen the Wixom assembly plant if JAFTA was not signed in. And because you didn't care about JAFTA, these problems will happen. This would be happening then. If there's a choice of interest, and that would be free trade agreements. Free trade agreements are good, but what isn't the case for companies to have interest in free trade agreements? Yes. This would be Australia, right? Have you ever been to Australia or never seen that? Well, there is this interest. If Japan does free trades agreement with Australia, is not more for benefit Australian workers, or no? This is more to benefits. Japan free trade agreement with Australia will benefits more to the Ford Motor Company. Why it is? Because, for example, people are like, seeing Ford Taurus police cars in Miami Beach. They say like, this is it. But from Popular Man, Crown Victorias will return, and all these Crown Vics will be manufactured in Australia, but it will be sold in Japan. We know which one it is. Okay, you had them. For Australian folks, your Falcons will be called Crown Victorias. Will be sold in Japan first, then later on North America, and will sell them as Crown Victorias. All this because the Ford Motor Company decides to sell products to Japan the Crown Victoria, a Falcon with the Crown Victoria name, to be sold in Japan first before they be selling in here in North America. That's what it is. And there is no, if there's no Asian CEO at the Ford Motor Company in Dearborn, there'll be no jobs returning to St. Thomas, Ontario. There'll be no jobs returned to Wixom, Michigan. All these, you could return to Lincoln Continental for Australians making Lincoln Continentals. That would be like kind of like a weird deal. It's kind of like this: Toyota's brake problems, and then you have car of the year awards is each country. I understand it. Oh yeah, car of the year. Yeah, it's an American company. For Crown Victoria, car of the year of Japan, with Australian free trade with Japan is in process. What it is, yes, it's a Crown Victoria, but it's sold in Australia and New Zealand as a Falcon, but it's sold as a Crown Victoria in Japan and in North America when it comes here. This is what it is. All it is like this. It'll be like this, all these screw up free trade agreements with corporations done. Only corporations do is, all they have interest is money in the pocket. That's it. All it is, you have money in the bucket asses in the seats of whatever of their cars. This is what it is. Corporations like this on doing free trade agreements that I think that is going all messed up. And then what's next? What about Canada? Yes, there will be interest, NAFTA partner, but they might do free trade agreements with South Korea. What this means? Maglev developing a Bombardier, going love with Bombardier, LG Bombardier company formed to make the KTX-3, a train faster than Japan's bullet train. Look at this. Canadian free trade agreement with South Korea. And what they send these Canadian built KTX-3 or the Acela 2 being used by Amtrak, being faster than the Japanese Shinkansen bullet train, or the fastest Shinkansen bullet train ever is, faster than the Maglev. It would be like, damn, it's the Acela 2, but when we go to South Korea, oh yeah, it's a KTX-3. Yes, there it is. There is this hype of one country, one of the top, Japan, doing free trade agreements with Canada, making a quicker train by a Canadian company, and doing it in Canada and Korea with collaborate with a Korean company. And here goes the trick. We don't say that, oh yeah, look at this. Oh yeah, this train that I have in Korea, actually they build it in our neighbor to the north, and not so much of bringing chips all the way from Japan, just coming trucks past the border. It's okay, but that means that we might not have, like this country might not have interest on the Japanese technology of the bullet train, more interest on the technology that provided by that Bombardier, the people that make the Acela 1, to have interest in that one to make the Acela 2. Not to bring it all the way from Japan, saving costs of, we just bring them in trucks instead of chips. Maybe this is all it is not, even though it's helped the economy to our neighbors to the north, but it never has helped us to create more jobs or whatever. This is why I think that the JAFTA thing is good, because we could export American products to Japan, and Japan export their products, even the train, to us, and we all have jobs, we all be living happily ever after, happy lives and everything, you know, and we all have no bother, we have jobs, we're happy, we're even working for Japanese companies making more than just cars, you know. That's what it, oh, my mom's calling me, that's what it is. So if you enjoyed this video, if you're trying to help me, please write to the President of the United States and give me your responses. I know it is time, it is tough times. Everything I said to you, what it is. No JAFTA. Japan free trade agreements with Australia. You have Australian-made Crown Victorias selling here. Well, people in Whitson, Michigan and St. Thomas, Ontario being jobless. That's the problem. In the brighter side, you know, there is no interest of Japanese technology bringing the trains from Japan for the Acela 2, but more interest of shipping Canadian-built speed trains to Korea, and also having the Acela 2 bringing from our neighboring country. But you know, it's not gonna work because I think greed, money, each other country's interest stepping down on the other one is like saying, yeah, oh yeah, you suck or whatever, in a more offensive way. I think we all have to live together, and we have to just write to the White House, write to your president. We need to do something about the JAFTA petition. Just make the JAFTA petition and everything is going to be better for this country. Peace out.